Now let's dive into our feature story of the day. This Forbes article just published says maybe 1 million per Bitcoin. Bitcoin is price is poised for a historic post-election rally. Let's cover this. You can see here in the headline. Obviously, Forbes has become very bullish when it comes to Trump and Bitcoin. In fact, 2 weeks after I broke the news that Trump was going to be making a big announcement at the Nashville event, because I got the word from Max Kaiser. He was the very first person to leak that information. I was the first podcaster to share it. Then 2 weeks later, Forbes and all the mainstream started reporting the same. Trump might give a big announcement adopting Bitcoin, Treasury reserve asset, yada, yada, yada. And now they're making very bullish predictions on Bitcoin potentially hitting 1 million with or without Trump becoming president. So let's discuss this one, shall we? According to Michael Turpin, founder of crypto venture capital firm Transform Ventures, last week's crypto rout was a result of the typical Bitcoin pullback after a halving at the end of the yen carry trade. That was the news coming out of Japan and why the entire financial markets around the world started to collapse. He thinks both risks have blown over by now, quoting Michael Turpin here. Now that the Bank of Japan had indicated they will not raise interest rates further and jump trading will run out of coins to sell, just like Germany did a few weeks ago, I do not see the price going much below $50,000, perhaps ever again. Let me know if you agree with that bullish sentiment. We'll never drop back below 50 G's ever again. Now, obviously, 3 days ago, we tapped 49, but then we surged right back to 62. And looking ahead, Turpin predicts that major Bitcoin rally after the election, especially if Trump takes back the Oval Office. Quoting him again, October and November, Q4 family, are historically strong months for Bitcoin, especially in the 3-year of the halving and the year after, he said, adding that Trump's presidency could summon a rush of new buyers and bring Bitcoin's price over 100,000 per coin. I agree 100% there. Meanwhile, BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes expects crypto to rise no matter who wins the election. In fact, he believes Bitcoin could hit hundreds of thousands of dollars and even maybe $1 million per coin. 1 million per coin? Let me know if that sounds sexy to you, fam. Hayes is banking on the idea that both parties will print more money to increase deficit spending, driving the rise of alternative assets. Now, I agree with Arthur Hayes just blazed 100%. And I'm going to read this part again. He believes that he's banking on the idea that both parties, regardless if it's Democrat or Republican, they're going to print more money, meaning that money printer from the Federal Reserve will continue to go. So it's irrelevant. As long as money is being printed, your purchasing power of the Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase against the dollar. And your purchasing power in the dollar is mathematically guaranteed to decrease against Bitcoin. That's a given regardless of who is in office. I agree 100%. Trump has long been viewed as a pro-crypto candidate for president and has shown in the market that he reacts to the election developments. For example, after the failed attempt on Trump's life, which boosted his chances of taking over the Oval Office in November, the Bitcoin price soared 10% in 3 days. And may I remind you, I think it was 10 days prior to the assassination attempt, obviously, thank God it was a failed attempt, that he started embracing Bitcoin, saying he would not allow a CBDC in America as long as he's president, and said a lot of bullish things regarding adoption of Bitcoin in the United States, and that he would make America the Bitcoin mining hub of the world. So is that a coincidence? 10 days later, they try to take him out? What are your thoughts, fam? The reason is that Trump is viewed as less of a bad cop for the crypto community than the Biden administration. No, let's keep it 100. Biden administration is the bad cop on the beat. That is the flim-flam artist. Those are the hucksters, the fraudsters. You know what I mean? That's the Janet Yellens. That's the Gary Genslers. That's the Joe Biden and all those type of folk. You know what I mean? So in preparation for this year's election, Trump became the first presidential candidate to accept crypto contributions a few weeks ago. He also stopped short of pledging to build a federal Bitcoin reserve. Now, quoting him here, for too long, our government has violated the cardinal rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart. Never sell your Bitcoin. I like that. Never sell your biddies, family. Crypto lobbyists have actively supported Trump as a counter to Biden's tougher regulatory stance. We have Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, co-founders of the Gemini Crypto Exchange, jointly contributed $1.6 million in Bitcoin. Meanwhile, Jesse Powell, co-founder of Kraken, donated $845,000 to the Trump campaign in Ether. On the other hand, Hayes' 1 million Bitcoin prediction relies not so much on regulatory outcome of an election as it does on the crypto's core promise as an inflation hedge. So it just goes to show you, regardless what happens in the Oval Office of the states, Bitcoin's going to continue to do its thing, even if enemies were to get reelected. And when I say enemies of the biddy, clearly, because in my personal opinion, the biggest enemy of the Federal Reserve, the one that turns on that money printer, is Bitcoin. I mean, do you understand? Bitcoin is their Achilles heel. And who controls the U.S. government? Well, who prints the freaking money? Do the math. He believes that neither political party is committed to balancing the national budget. In his view, Washington will continue running up the tab and, if necessary, print more money to bail out the economy. Quoting Hayes again, like any politician, regardless of party affiliation or economic beliefs, Harris will instruct Yellen to use the monetary tools available to her to avert a financial crisis. And of course, that means the money printer will go in some way, shape, or form. Let me know your thoughts surrounding that, family. Arthur Hayes, 1 million price prediction. And do you feel 1 million biddy is inevitable regardless of who is in office? But do you think that Trump getting elected, considering he has a pro-Bitcoin stance, versus enemies of Bitcoin with the Biden administration, Harris, and yada, 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 do you think we're more likely to hit six figures even quicker? That's my thought for you guys. Let me know. Trump is the only way, says Steve. 1 milli, says Knox. No glove, no love. Gotcha too. Yeah, my day just got a whole lot better. I'm not saying we have to be white glove. I am planning on wearing jeans and a tee. I'm just saying we could accommodate whatever you guys choose, and we'll let you guys collectively decide. You know what I mean? How do you only have 20 likes? I don't know, Jolly Roger. JV, so 1 milli yacht party, and that's when we'll lose it all. You get it? Sounds good. Biden is talking about sending our money to the people again. That means a faster for the money printer. Disclaimer, not financial advice. The information provided is from the recent news articles for entertainment and discussion only. Always do your own research before investing in cryptocurrency. Well said, Dankness. Well said. Yeah, sometimes you just got to refresh. I definitely have more than only 20 likes. But hey, is what it is. Trump is pro-Trump. Bitcoin just makes sense, says the little germ. Bitcoin is global and transcends all boundaries, whether they political, religious, cultural, racial, etc. Bitcoin does not care. Amen, Greg. Honey Badger don't give a what? Bro, Trump and Judge Harris. I see 116 likes. That sounds better to me. And that doesn't count the likes on X. X likes should be higher, though. If you are watching on X, hit that love button, please. Thank you, Chandy.